Hello and good morning, and welcome to the Talk Show Friday, where we have discussions about current world events. I'm Isaiah, and today we are joined by Republican presidential candidate Cameron Buford and Aaron Sherrod, a Democrat presidential candidate. Today we are talking about the southern United States border immigration crisis, an ongoing event that involves immigrants illegally crossing from Mexico to the U.S. There is an ongoing debate on whether we should let them seek refuge and opportunities in our nation, or if we should deport them and have them go back to their original countries. We have a few questions for you guests today, such as in what ways do you think that we can improve the current immigration system?
I think one of the most important and effective things that we could do to fix the current immigration system is to increase border security. I also believe that we should be actively preventing illegal crossings and searching for and deporting people who are already living in the United States without legal permission. I also think that we should build a large physical barrier between our country and Mexico. If we allow unauthorized people to cross the border to stay here without legal permission, it would be rewarding illegal behavior and encouraging even more people to migrate.
I believe that we should increase the amount of legal resources both at the border and throughout the country for people who want to immigrate to the United States and grant asylum to refugees who are escaping dangerous situations. As long as they are legally registered as a citizen of the United States, they have the right to live here in our country. It is inhumane to deny safety and refuge to those who need it, and we have room in our country to harbor the migrants.
Where do you think we have this room to harbor even more people than we need in this country? We barely have enough resources to sustain ourselves, let alone countless undocumented illegals in our country.
I believe we have plenty of space to hold more people and plenty of resources to share. As long as they gain citizenship, then they have the right to work and live in our country.
Even if you want them to become legal citizens, how long do you think that would take them? As of 2024, there are more than 3.3 million pending immigration cases in the U.S. court system, which means it takes years to wait for a judge to grant migrants their citizenship. There are hundreds of thousands of illegal migrants living and working in our country as we speak.
All right, what do you believe we can do about the illegal immigrants who are already inside the United States border?
I think we should detain and deport immigrants who are in this country illegally. People living here without legal documents are going to overcrowd our communities and take our jobs. Ever since President Biden was elected into office in 2020, the amount of monthly encounters with people attempting to cross the border have quadrupled. Last year in 2023, there were over 2 million encounters at the border.
I don't think these people would be overcrowding our communities. They add to the workforce and help our country economically. They also bring diversity to our society, which is part of the American identity.
I don't believe that diversity is a problem we need to be solving here. The problem is that we simply don't have enough housing and living spaces for our growing population. It also is getting increasingly more expensive to state and local governments to support migrants. American people can barely afford to live in their own country, so I don't think letting illegal aliens stay on our side of the border would be feasible, even a good idea to begin with.
We should allow them to stay, but try and get as many people legally registered as we can. If anything, the government should allocate more money towards healthcare, but that's a different debate. If we deport people, we would be ruining families and putting people in danger.
How do you propose balancing the need for comprehensive immigration reform to address such issues such as border security and economic impact?
I believe that immigration reform should be more focused on in today's politics. There should be more people fighting for immigration legislation in the Supreme Court and more politicians promising to pass laws that will help solve the immigration crisis. We have a moral obligation to help and shelter these people and give everyone a chance to grow and thrive in our country.
First, I would address the economic impacts by supporting policies such as merit-based immigration system, meaning that if they really want to stay in our country, they have to prove themselves by working. I propose security enhancements such as strengthening border infrastructure. In other words, I would build a massive wall along the border and have many more men to watch over it.
A wall seems like a ridiculous idea. It would be extremely expensive and would take forever to construct. Where are you planning to get the funds to pay for that, and what legislator would allow that to be constructed?
It is most likely the most realistic nonviolent solution to illegal border crossing. The law would be a great use of tax money. Other options include forceful removal or prosecution, which are more undesirable ways to deal with people crossing the border illegally.
I don't think any violence is necessary. Most of these people are innocent and are only trying to escape bad living conditions in their home countries.
And that's all the time we have today. Thank you for turning to this week's debate.